Well, well. You sure did take your time, didn't you? So, are you ready? The energy core is, as expected, still intact, but we'll need some cleverness to get to it. I said I'll see what I can do, and that I did. I deactivated most of the traps, and if I hadn't done that, you probably wouldn't be here anymore. As for those Centurions, nothing I can do about them. Sorry. Well, I can only speculate, but Starling technology is as genial as it is complex. They say that building Agnog took about 7 decades, and then, phew, just like that, a misplaced cog and the whole thing goes to shit. Must have been pretty frustrating for the engineers. That's pretty easy. Well, that is if you know what you're doing. We need to deactivate the energy current that surrounds the core. If we don't do that, anyone who touches the core will be turned to roast beef in seconds. So, this is what we'll do. You open the valves, and I control the flushing of energy. There are 4 valves in total. Open them all. What is it? Open the valves. Very good. That did the trick. Now, take the core. Ouch. That must have hurt, didn't it? Sorry, this isn't personal, but I saw how you can fight, and with what I plan to do, I can't afford any extra risks. There's no way I can let that old fool have the machine. It is a masterpiece, probably the greatest Starling achievement since they built the ship. And what does he do? He calls it horsed and treats it like a bloody pet. Why the heck do geniuses always need to be lunatics as well? Dal Terragon is a damn fine tinkerer, but he doesn't even remotely understand the potential of this apotheosis. He sees the Centurion as some kind of crutch with which he can prolong his life. That's just pathetic. Immortality. Just think what you could do with it in the right hands. I will lead my people, the Starlings, back to their old glory. It's for the greater good. I'm sorry.
words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. Rumors circulate, rumors about the horrible events of the...
Yeah.
Walk blessed.
Dark as the sun, light as the night.
Thousand raindrops, red and small. Lo, from the velvet sky they fall. Gah! Oomph! Waka waka! What?
Oh well.
What the? I beg your pardon? But, by the righteous path, this is incredible. I've never heard anything like this before. Tell me, my friend, where did you learn this? Who taught you poetry? Blazes, you're self-taught. Malthus truly did bless you with talent. Tell me, may I interpret your poem? It's just I have to. Well then, I hope this is not too much of a leap. But does your first line, the one with the dancing elder between fire and ice, deal with the socio-sexual isolation of old people in feudal societies? I may be wrong, but that was the first thought that came to my head. No, not at all. I was particularly moved by how you used onomatopoeia in line 4 and 6. Do these brutal noises at the end of each verse symbolize the hedonistic, violent way of life among the common people who have absolutely no regard for the lonely man? Phew. Now that's a tough one. To me, it sounds like the inner voice of a murderer. Yes, exactly. Here, he celebrates his bloodthirsty way of life. In the fangs of violence, my heart laughs. And then, suddenly, justice ends him, which is once again conveyed through those guttural noises. And I have to say, how you use the uneven number of verses as a metaphor for the discord that results from such a lifestyle is nothing short of brilliant. If that's what you meant by it, of course. You did, didn't you? Well, you know what? They wouldn't. The common people, they don't even understand when I tell them I'm a poet. Poet, they ask? What kind of profession is that? So now I simply tell them I'm an innkeep. That is something they are able to grasp with their limited intellect. Easy answers. That's what people long for. But you know what? I would rather die hungry than become one of those soulless pot-boiler artists who make a fortune off their stupid stories. Like, Jonas Schmid does. Do you know him? Mundane rubbish. That's all he writes. But you'll find it on every bookshelf. It's a disgrace. Pure and simple. What kind of question is that? How can something that so many people like not be rubbish? Of course! Not everyone has been blessed with an artist's intellect, you know. There are two kinds of writers. Small minds who give the common people fodder that helps them feel smart, and true artists who want more from life. Those who create, with no greed for gold and fame, bound solely by the calling of the muse. Of course I am. I wish it weren't true, but it is. If only there were more people like us.
Such genius!
Midnight.
May your path always be
Between
even.
cobblestone and excretion. Please, Pathira, this is madness! You don't know what you're doing there!
Oh, believe me, I do. More than you ever did. Do you even realize how pathetic you are, Master? You... Ugh, great. I knew I shouldn't have taken chances.
You, by the ancient fathers, help me! Pathira, she controls him! You need to stop her!
I think he figured that out by himself, don't you? I guess it's time to test what this thing can do.
By the stars! This was bloody unnecessary! Why did she do that? I just don't get it. Lead our people back to glory? By the stars, how stupid can a person be? We are starlings, damn it, not bloody imperialists. We live to quest, to fulfill the prophecies, not to... You see, this is what happens when a juvenile zeal meets powerful technology. She was always snappy, but I really didn't see that coming. Anyway, I suppose I have to do it all again. Disassemble Horst, retrieve his consciousness core, and then put him back together. Then I'll think about what to do with Pathira. Maybe I'll transfer her into something else. I've always wanted a talking paperweight. Just a joke. Of course, I'm not a murderer, but when that time comes, I will make sure to have a dozen guards beside me. She can look forward to some nice months in prison, and then she can go look for another master. Stupid girl. So much potential wasted. But save for the drama, you did a good job. I now have all that I need, and Pathira proved that the transfer, the apotheosis, is possible. In that regard, thank you. You will get your reward and Pathira's share of it too. Here, take this key. Back in the lobby, you'll find a small casket right beside the fireplace. What's in there is yours. Again, thank you. Ah, you! Good to see you. Ah, don't ask. You really left him with some dents when you fought Pathira, but nothing time can't fix. In a few months' time, he'll be as good as a new penny. Walk blessed.
Keep walking.
What?